The Mighty Ducks Game Changers episode 8 is out now, and I have to say already, this is one of the best episodes of the show. I think it's probably my second favorite. This episode was really, really great. Like, I was surprised how good this one was, and just straight away, let's dive into it. Spoiler warning, because I discuss it and review it kind of at the same time, but I was interested where they were going to go with this episode. And here we kind of see Alex stepping up her game and becoming more of a hardcore coach, but the team realizes that's not what they signed up for. That's not what they want. So as she's trying to feed, Evan broccoli, she says it's like nachos, and what is she? I forget exactly what she calls it, but she's like, oh, I have nachos, and it's just the nachos are made out of broccoli, and the cheese is just not there, or something like that. So she's just trying to feed them superfoods, because that's what one of the kids' moms, who used to be a Duck's mom, or Duck's parents, because it's both of them, that's what they were telling Alex, and Alex kind of starts getting into it and gets into the mindset of it. And we realize that they've also gotten the head of Stephanie, her boss, who's one of the moms for the Ducks, and we see how, that team's kind of afraid of the Don't Bothers in a way, but then Coach T comes in, and he's just like, no, we're not afraid of you. I mean, it's going to be terrible when you get to state. And obviously we know that the Ducks are going to get to state. I don't know where it's going to go from there. I don't know if it's going to be a, oh, happy ending, or if it's going to be like, oh, well, you tried your best, like Coach Carter type stuff. But I will say that there were a lot of things in this episode that I really enjoyed. I like how the team is now fully starting to really bond. And one of the ways that that's shown here is they start deciding they have lucky socks, because Coob wears, well, it starts stinking in the dressing room even more than normal, apparently. And Coob is just like, yeah, I have these socks on. They're my magic socks. He wore them for like the last 3 games, and then he gets the whole team, to wear the same socks, and one of them is like against it, but then she wears it, and then they win and stuff. And then later on in the episode, they realize that it stinks and it's just disgusting, so they all take them off, and they force Coob down and pull the socks off. I thought that was weird but funny. But then it turns out that he stuffed them in his helmet, which is disgusting, but still really funny. But I have to say, the best thing about this episode is what they did with Logan, and I think that it was a really smart thing, because all along we've been waiting to see what this kid can do. And within I think it was the first episode, he came out, his hair, he's going like this with his hair, he has all the nice equipment and all this, and then he goes out on the ice and he sucks. He's terrible, and he's just been terrible through the whole thing. Like, he looks like the good one, and all the girls, even they go past Nick and Evan here, they go up to him, even though he didn't really do anything. And I'll talk about Nick in a bit, because I also really enjoyed what they did with him. But then he asked Bombay to teach him, so Bombay is kind of coaching, and I really liked the scene where he fully learns how to skate, how he's holding on to the stick, which is actually how you teach people to skate. So I like that they did that. And then he's kind of talking to him, and Bombay is getting him distracted from, pushing. And then he's like, I'm gonna let go. He's like, no, you're not, don't do it. And then they're moving, and then he goes, you're skating, and he lets go, and then he starts skating. And then we learn that Logan can cook pretty well because of his dad, and this is where it kind of got more emotional. And I think that Kiefer O'Reilly might give the best performance amongst the kids here, because not only in this episode, but especially here, because we learned that his dad is kind of a mess, he says, after his mom, I think she left, or I don't think she died, but I think she left. So he's the one cooking, so he's flipping pancakes and stuff. And then obviously Bombay sees that and translates it to the ice. There we go, I said it properly. And then he starts flipping the puck, and then he gets them to do the Michigan, and it was like that's exactly what should happen. It was really smart. But within that, we also see how Nick does not like it, because he finally gets his first goal. He gets the winning goal. Was it his first goal? I think it was his first goal. He gets the winning goal of the game, so he's expecting, to get everything, and there's girls looking down towards him, and Evan's like, yeah, they're looking at you, you scored the winning goal. And then he's like, hey, ladies, and they walk straight past him, walk to Logan. So he's jealous of Logan, and he even admits it in the episode. He says it straight to Logan, yeah, what does he say? Oh, yeah, take my tape, because he was asking him to retape his stick. He's like, yeah, take my tape, you have everything I have too. And then they kind of had this conversation, and it normally, you'd expect that to feel forced, but I didn't. I thought it was really well done. And also for Nick, they have this running joke now that he's supposed to be really smart in school, but he only averages a B-, which is still good. I don't know what that thing is, but they expect him to be really smart. And then I think it's said at least twice in the episode, maybe 3 times, but then he's like, what? Oh yeah, I just have a math face. And it's just a little thing that I thought was pretty funny. And the actual hockey action here was quite enjoyable. It opens with the camera going and I was like, it's weird, but it also kind of worked. It was a cool slow-mo play. And then when they finally, Alex is kind of getting really hardcore here, and then she won't play Logan for last game because they're trying to get to state. They needed to win 6 games. I think 6, and they had won the 5 before, so they're playing their last game. They're trying to get everything right, and then they're trying to pass it to Sophie for her to get the winning goal. And Logan is sitting the entire time, and then Bombay keeps going like, "No, you got to put him out." And then Alex is like, "No, it's not. We're not ready. It's not time." And then finally, Nick is like, he like wisely, I don't know why they had their phones on the bench. That confused me a little bit, but oh well. And he shows it to Alex. He's like, "Oh my god, your interview went viral," because she got an interview about like the Don't Bothers. And as he's like showing her, he goes under the bench, and then Logan skates out, and then she's like, "What are you doing? What is this?" And then they go out, and then they use that play where they pass it down to Logan behind the net, picks the puck up, skates, and does the Michigan. I'm pretty sure that has to be what it's called, or else I'm stupid. And then they win, and you think it's all going to be great, but then when Alex comes into the change room, everyone's all happy and stuff, and then she said, "What are you guys doing out here? That's not what we planned. Like, you went against me. That's not what you should do. You have to listen to your coach." So we see that she's kind of pushing more of it was not just for fun anymore, which is like her motto, as she says here. And then the episode ends with Evan going, "I have to fire my mom." So we got 2 more episodes left. I am interested to see where they go. I thought this episode was probably my second favorite. It was definitely my second favorite. And there are like 2 episodes in the show that I think are just great. I think all the episodes are good, but I think there's just 2 that are great. And I'm going to give episode 8 of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers a 4 out of 5. Again, there's still a few things like here, there, and this episode did feel a little bit shorter, which is kind of cool, but I am interested to see what they do next week. And my hair, I'm going to try to do my hair like this now because it's longer. But what did you think of this episode? Was it one of your favorites? Let me know all that in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Over and out.